Hello everyone, welcome back to another session of Postales webinar. Today we have a very special bird photographer from uh, Odisha. Actually from Odisha and he's settled in Bangalore, working as an associate manager in Accenture. And his name is Abhijit Mishra. He has been doing photography for almost 2 years now. He started during the COVID time, as like most of the people who doesn't think about keep trying to get a hobby. Most of the people started their hobby in during these COVID days. So Abhijit is one among them. He started watching birds and then tried his hands on photography. So let's welcome Abhijit. Hey Abhijit, how are you?
Hi,
All good?
hi, Miss. Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah,
So
yeah, I'm
welcome
good.
to our webinar. First of all, thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you, Miss. It's my pleasure that I get this opportunity to share my journey on this whatever little bird photography which I have done or I've been doing from since last 2 years.
Yeah, so you can briefly give a small intro about yourself.
Yeah, so as you, I think you have covered many like all the parts where like I am from, so Subarnapur, Odisha. So but I stay in Bangalore. So job in Bangalore. As Hamish was saying that well, like many of us have started hobby in this COVID time. So similarly, I think in the first lockdown, I used to stay in like in my balcony, and then I used to like observe the birds. So I was in
Okay.
first floor, so it was quite easy to see them, and it was like open area. So that is where I was fascinated by. So first bird which I saw and I thought, okay, this looks good is a white-throated kingfisher, which is a very common bird, and then there is Brahmini kite. Like basically these two birds, which I thought like I saw them and I thought, okay, let's start this. So once the lockdown was over, then I started going to a nearby lake in Bangalore. As we know, it is plentifully available. So I started there, and and also there I saw many people taking this camera out and taking bird clicks and everything, right? So there I have started this. So then I bought this like as I said in my bio, that D5600, and then there is this kit lens I bought, and then I started bird photography. So since there it is started, but then again after lockdown, I went to my native as the office was closed. So there basically I started my serious birding. So where like basically there was a very good group of friends where like with them it was quite nice to get along and go anywhere and click bird photos. So basically, as you know, right, for anything like bird photography or be it wildlife photography, we need a group,
Yeah,
and I was having that in my native. So that is where
correct.
the serious birding started. And then and on the gear details, right now I have another like Nikon 200-500 lens, telephoto lens, which I use mostly for bird photography, and
Okay,
then I use Photoshop for any post processing of or any editing I do. So that is what I use right now.
great.
Yeah,
So let's go through the
and
presentation.
yeah,
Okay, tell me.
so
You were saying
yeah,
something.
yeah. So as I think you have mentioned also that I have covered many parts in Odisha. So now it's turn of Karnataka. So I need to go to many places. So I have
Yeah,
recently went to one place which I have added one slide. So I will talk about that in that slide.
okay, great.
Okay. So it is
Yeah,
visible, right? My screen.
yeah, yeah, it is.
Okay. So this is like as we know, Indian paradise flycatcher refers Morph. So I'll talk about this again in a different slide which we have. So
Yeah,
starting with the first slide, I'll be talking about wetlands, like how wetlands are very important when we talk about bird photography or talk about bird conservations also. So it is like part and parcel of both of that. So wetlands means why it is very good for bird photography is like whenever we are visiting any like any wetland, you can go by boat or you can sit there at the shore and you can take many good kind of photos. So basically you can take portraits, you get many good habitat shots and everything. Basically you have ample number of opportunities to get any kind of good shots. So in this case, if you see, this is taken at Mangalajodi, Odisha, which is there in Khordha district, which is a very famous place for, like they call it paradise, though I call it bird
Okay.
paradise. So we get many winter migratory birds, like around like more than 200. So it's basically a paradise of birds. So in this case, if you see, this is northern sobbler. So this is a winter
Yeah.
migrant in our place. So uh, in this, so this is as you know, the flight, this is a flight shot. So I had kept my shutter speed high, but this shot I was having in my mind before I went to this place. So I knew that this has this vibrant colors in its body, and then I can get a good background. And this time I was not having my 200 500, it was taken in a 300 ml lens basically. So as I said, it becomes very, like you get good opportunities in wetland. So this is shot taken from a boat. So once it was started flying, then I took this takeoff shot where I got basically everything in this composition. You see this splash of waters,
Yeah.
I got it, the wings and everything. So and the background, little bit hazy and green background, everything. So that is where wetlands are very important part of bird photography. So this is one. So coming to going to another one, yeah, this is from the same place. So the left side again, this is a northern pintail, which is again a migratory bird. So this was also like I thought that okay, there are two birds sitting here in this. One was like female and another was male. So I wanted to take only male, and then I used the splash that is taken from the takeoff of the first bird. You see, there's I have not kept it in this, like I cropped it basically.
Yeah.
So I use this water splash from the first bird to create a different kind of frame in this scene, like for this bird itself. So so you can plan it basically whenever we are in wetland. And in the right side, as I was talking about habitat, so in this case, I really wanted to get this shot only, like where I have kept my subject in the right side or in the bottom corner basically. And then I can let's say any human or anything which I can see get in the background. So fortunately this boat was there, so I got this habitat shot which I like very like. So this was one of the great shot which I got whenever I visited this place. So my favorite basically. So it will come in top 3 when I visited this place. So
Okay.
this serious discussion is going on. And then there is this background. So yeah, this is in the morning itself, so it's a morning session. So that is why
uh,
this hazy background we see in the background.
yeah.
And also in this I have not added many because like I didn't had that much time. But like we can get this golden light shots also in wetland very good in this way also. If you see, if we are taking any shot against the light, right, then you can use
Yeah.
the golden light. I have not added much in this, but that is also a good factor whenever we are going to a wetland. This is from Bangalore. Both this click from both different lakes. In this, like this is pot-billed pelicans, which we see many in Bangalore. But I had to take this. Like I have already, like I thought that okay, let's. I have taken many shots of pelicans, but I wanted to see that okay, while this is landing, I need to take this all legs and open. Right, you see this one in this pelican. So that is what I wanted to take. I thought this looks bit funny, so that is why I wanted to take this shot. And so this is how, like in wetland, we get to plan things, and we can wait
Yeah.
and we can get the shots. And the
Hmm.
similar thing it is with the glossy ibis with breeding. This is a recent shot only, I think 1 month back, a nearby lake. So this we I waited for 5-10 minutes. It was doing rounds in the lake. So you wait for it and you have all the settings ready and you can get good shots with good background basically. So that is where wetlands is the first thing or first place I would go anytime for any bird photography. So that is what I think.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So coming to, so this is all about wetland. So now, like whenever we talk about birds, right? So we don't that much talk about habitat if the bird is very like small and everything, because if it's a big bird, then it is fine to get all the habitats around it. But if it is small bird, right, it's all about finding that small things and all. Like in this case, you see, this is a biover, as you know, right? So now this monsoon is started, and this is the most famous bird as of now with the nest. Everyone wants to take this shot, like, or
Mm,
maybe flying to the nest or some video of it and everything, right? So in this you see this, it has actually everything in this. If you see, this branch is there, and then this small amount of leaves are there, and then this nest, and there's open space, and like ample
yeah.
amount of space on the right side. So that is where the framing and composing the photo is most important part, I think, in bird photography. Whenever the bird is very small,
Yeah.
or not that big, where like I can take a portrait, or I'm not that much like uh, near to the bird. So this
Yeah.
is where I think we should always think about composition while taking this photo, any photo basically.
Mhm.
Yeah, so talking about that, yeah, so this is another shot where the composition which I like, I thought at that moment itself it's not like pre-planned or something. So this was in a lake itself in my hometown. So it was sitting there, then I like, I was also near to the common kingfisher, as you say, common kingfisher, which is also a very, the name is common but it's not that common. So but still, like, to getting a good shot, a portrait shot is everyone's interest, as like due to its vibrant colors and everything, if light is there. But in this case the light was very like low, but I was near. So I had my this 500 but like I could have taken the portrait, but I thought, okay, I saw this, you see this the bottom part, right, where like this is the water and then sun rays are coming,
Yeah.
and the wind speed was also very high. So I thought of taking a creative shot where I, like, I lowered my shutter speed. So and the ISO was like so I could ISO keep the ISO at normal level, not at a higher side, as the light was low. But I wanted to
Mhm.
get this kind of shot where like it was like, as you see this rays and this wind, like wind was high, as I said, wind speed. So that is where I got this blurry composition which I really wanted to get. So this when we say like sorry, habitat shots or any like framing of birds, right? So this will be one of my favorite, where I got this thing what I like, what I thought in my mind. Basically that is what it is,
Yeah.
right? So any photo, what you think and you are able to get it, that is what success is. So this is one which I like it very much. Yeah, so going to the next one. Yeah, so talking about composition, I cannot forget about background, right? So background is what will basically ruin the photo, or it will add many values to the photo.
Yeah.
In this, if you see, I will talk about the right one first, which is a black-napped monarch. So this was like when I was at, like, first time when I saw like this bird came to this branch. I was at the top, like I was at the top side, like at the eye level, I believe. So that time, what was happening is the background was all brownish or pinkish, which we see at the bottom level. But I wanted to get some green, and so that I could say like, okay, this is vibrant colors and many colors are coming. So I had to go down bit, and then I took this shot so that I could add like both the colors basically, two three colors which I would like, yellowish, green, and then pink. So that is where like it's all about background also. Many times when there are less disturbance due to clutters or anything and bird is isolated, so we should think always about the background also.
Yeah.
And on the left side, this is a Himalayan bulbul. It's a common bird in north side. So I was in Kashmir for a family trip, so not a budding trip. So any bird was new for me in Kashmir. So that time, this recent March or Feb, we had visited there. So this was like I think yeah, we had our lunch, and this in front of us, there were two, three Himalayan bulbuls where they were going one branch to other branch and this pole to that pole. So I took some shots. Then I saw this like this tree in the background, which was having different colors, vibrant colors. So that's why I thought, okay, let me get it. Let me wait here in this pole till the time this bird come here. And after 10 minutes of waiting, so it came to here, and I took this shot, which I like very much due to only the background. Because the subject,
Mm,
I have taken many shots, but the background is what adding the value more than the subject in this case. You see, so that is
yeah.
where background matters. Yeah, so we talked about background, now it's about foreground. So how like foreground adds value in this, like you see, like when we are near to the bird or anything, like in this case I'll talk about the right side first. So I was near to the bird, this is by over a female. So in this case I was getting a good shot, totally clear shots without any obstacles or anything. But like I took some shots, then it was still there. So I thought, okay, let me add some new thing, or let me add some as you see the foreground, like foreground blur. So what
Yeah.
happened here in this is I went bit down and then I took these shots. So what happened is this foreground blur is adding value. How it is adding value is, so for me it really looks like a, like it adds value as a dreamy sequence where I am getting a foreground blur and then the background itself is already bluish green and the foreground is green. So it basically it adds value. So that is where we need to see if we can add that also. It's not possible every time, but if it is possible, it's better. Basically the same shot,
Yeah.
it will add value. Yeah. So on the left side we see this one Indian pita. This season is right now, and this shot is taken in
Mm.
last month only when I was at my native. So and Indian pita has been in my list from since long, and I had taken some shots but not this singing pose. So we call it Himesh Reshmiya shot. As you know, no, Himesh Reshmiya, this same. So he'll be singing like this, no, this by putting face up.
Yeah.
So this was in my bucket list from long, and thankfully I got with this very, like, this canopy. It was inside that, and I got some foreground blur also. So basically, last month this was one of my favorite shots. So where I got everything, basically dream shot, and then again with this kind of dreamy
Yeah.
background. So yeah, and that is where as we are talking about composition. So this all things we have to consider while we are taking photos. So it's not like that we have to always run behind it, but if it is possible, we should try it basically,
Okay.
which will anyway add value.
Hmm.
Yeah, and this is one last thing about composition is what you like. So it's not like everyone will like your what you like to see in a photo, right? So for me it is always like, okay, in a branch the few leaves and then this yellow bird.
Yeah.
This is my favorite always, it has been always. So uh, in this you see this one Indian white eye, and then this is common iora. So this
Yeah.
similar kind of shot. Basically it was branch leaf and then this green background, the total clear background. So the right side which I wanted to take, I got it. But the left side, I will tell you the story, like how I got this shot. So I had already taken 5 to 6 shot similar to the right side where it was sitting in the branch. But I don't know why, but I thought that okay, this might go till the end of the branch. So I waited for another 2 3 minutes, and then it started jumping from like it till to the end. So in that process, I got this shot where the common ivory is in the air, and I totally
Mm.
like I really like this shot. So that I got the composition which I want, but with an action shot basically in the air. So I think as everyone says it right, we have to maybe predict somehow that okay, this bird might do this after some time. So that also we have to consider while taking any bird photos basically, to
Yeah.
get something new, something creative which will add value. Yeah, so this is all about composition. Yeah, this is one of my favorite bee eaters. So I have seen I think four of them, like four kinds of bee eater, but this blue tailed bee eater will be one of my favorite due to its vibrant color and like greenish and blue. So getting the flight shots, I'll talk about birds in flight later in different slide, but this is a difficult shot to take, but I was able to take it with some planning, with some settings to do, which I will talk about later. But there is a good story behind it which I will talk about, like how we can, or how the bird photography, it's not always about photography, it's sometimes always also about awareness, to know about birds, how birds behave and how birds live basically. So in this case, this was like this is my native itself also. So I went to this place with my one of my friend who had found out this place where we see like this like be it as many, I think around 40 to 50 maybe. So they had created their nest, basically whole like nest holes in
Okay.
that around 30 meters stretch I believe. So
Hmm.
we didn't go near to that, but we were like on good far distance. But the thing, we took some shots, but while we were leaving, right? So what happened is this, some people came. So I think they were from some company or maybe government, I don't know, but they came there for to take this soil or like the sand and all those things, right, for some of the construction work.
Yeah.
So unfortunately they were going to the same place where we had like we are seeing that there are 20 to 30 nest holes and they are going to the same place.
Mm.
As we know, right, I also didn't know unless they started bird photography that this exists, that these nest holes exist for birds also where they nest. So we always think that okay, this may be a snake or a rat, like
Yeah.
house or nest, right? So that is everyone's perception, that is what. But then we stopped and then we talked to them and we told them that this is what there may be small chicks inside this and this is the bird, and we talked about that and everything. And it's not like that it was the only place, so there was like after 100 meters also the same kind of place, and from where they can take it and they can do their work. So we
Yeah.
told them these things and they are convinced and they went to a different place basically. So
Okay.
that is where we, I think, I hope basically that when the next year
Yeah.
the same time happens, breeding time happens or nesting time happens, if they are still coming and or they tell their friends that this is also a thing, then they know okay, this hole can be a nest and they should or they will ignore that, and so sorry, they will skip that and they will go to a different place. So
Hopefully.
that, yeah, hopefully that is that's what
Yeah.
happened basically. So that is where this awareness can be given, but
Correct.
for that someone has to know about this, and which
Correct.
basically photography helps in doing that,
Yeah.
which is a
Yeah.
very, yeah, this is a very recent, I think last month only when I was at my native. So this is
Mm-hmm.
a thing which I get to know. But I had seen kingfisher, but I didn't know about bee eaters though, that they also have a nest hole. So anyway, so now I hope 10 20 more people knows that. And yeah, yeah, now coming to winter. So why winter is important also for bird photography? Winter season, as you know, right, like it is for bird photography also, and then also for people who record birds, right, in eBird or in any other website, right, who documents this. It is a very good time to look for birds basically, as you see many birds, migratory birds which you don't see. So in this case you see like this is these three birds which I get to see first time in this winter. Last winter I had not seen it. The first one is very famous one, as we know, blue throat, very vibrant blue color in the throat, and basically I would say like very good subject to photograph. Like it
Yeah.
will give you time to take any, like I have taken videos also, and like with the with calls and everything, so it was quite good experience with it. And
Okay.
then this Siberian stone chat. So one best part of Siberian stone chat is they will sit in a place where the bird photographer wants them to sit. You see, every time you they go to a different, like any branch they go, they sit at the top. So which is a, like basically this very like golden opportunity for any bird photographer, and they will sit there for 1 2 minute. So that's a good part of Siberian stone chat. And then this the last one is the Isabel Wheater. Wheater we see like mostly in near to Gujarat and Rajasthan, western India. So
Mm-hmm.
I heard from some like for bird photographers who are like they're from 6 to 7 years in Odisha also, right? So they were also saying like Wheater are very rare in Odisha. So this was a very good, like great find for me, and that too 2 kilometers from my like from my house basically at my native.
Okay.
So it was a quite good experience. Then this is the first shot I took, so that's why I kept it. I took many shots after that, and I have some videos also. So basically, if the bird is fine and comfortable, I do take some videos also along with photography if it is
Okay.
possible. Yeah, and if I have a tripod that time, then I will take it.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is another like another unexpected sighting. As everyone says it, like harriers are not that common in Odisha. So this was a pallid harrier. It is pallid harrier means it is like again this is more rare. Basically, this is very rare in our place to see it. So one day I was there, like in inside river, I was trying to search for some ducks, and then I saw this. First I thought, okay, maybe it was far. Then I thought it is a black wing kite or what. But then again I saw this looking at me in the first picture, as you see. So this one is very good find for me. And as a raptor, as we know, raptors are always favorite,
Yeah.
and that too white and black, so in a green background. It was
Mm-hmm.
quite a good experience for me. Yeah, and last but not least, like winter means ducks. So everywhere we see ducks in winters, like migratory ducks. So the first one you see Rudy duck. So and we had seen it in one in that Mangalajodi also had in the first or second slide. So and one good part of it is like whenever we are taking any duck shots in the water, right, while it's floating, so it's better to take the water level shots. It's just add value basically. So this foreground blur or maybe like water, whatever we see in the first level, right, till the bird, whatever water we see, if that we are getting in the blurry state, it also it adds values. It basically adds more value when we take it from a different angle. So it's better to take at the water level if it is possible. If it is not, that is fine, but if it is possible, we should always try to take at water level any ducks photo. and in the right side we see common mergansers. So common mergansers, I think you know, right? There are very few places in India where we see this common merganser, right? In
Yeah.
like maybe in North Bengal in the winter time, and in Ladakh, I think they breed. So, but like in Odisha also, in my hometown, this is basically 3 kilometers away from my home. We
Oh.
see this common merganser from since last 4 years. Like I started from 2 years, but before that also few of my birding friends, right, they have been recording this uh, beautiful bird. I think this time I saw around 12 or 13. Last year I had seen 8 or 9. So they are coming every year, and you get good opportunities there also. And this time many people had come also to Odisha, to sorry, to my hometown, to get this beautiful bird which we see. I have not added a male. This is a female, basically common merganser. I have not added a male, but male also looks very beautiful. This common merganser, and the best part, as I said already, to get it in my hometown, it's very very lucky to get this bird. Rather than going like I have to, otherwise I have to travel. I think around, yeah, it's very hard. Like North Bengal is very far from my place,
Yeah.
or from Bangalore. Yeah. So this is about all about winter. Okay. So unexpected sighting means I have not got good shot of this Indian river otter, but this was when I was starting, and this is back last year winter. So as I said, like common mergansers, right? So we were inside river. I was searching for mergansers. Okay, we saw them, and I was taking some shots. Like I saw 8 or 7, right? Okay, so I was inside one stone inside the river. Okay, so, and then I was clicking some shots, and then I heard something from my back. Then I see after 1 minute, I saw this, like this Indian river otter, which is very, like I was not aware at all that they are available in my hometown in this Mahanadi river, which like I saw them, and then it was quite. I think I can say it is scary experience also, because I don't know what it will do. Right, I was not aware that much about Indian river otter, that whether they attack or not, and this was around only 10 meters, not that far also. Okay, so it was a quite good experience, and like I would say it adventurous, because I saw this five after that. This family full of five river otter. This is a distant shot. They and also against the light, so I couldn't get that kind of good shots. But again, this experience was like it will always be close to my heart, because it was quite unexpected, and I got some like full body shots as we see here.
Yeah.
So that is about. And now we talk about birds in flight, which is a very very like famous subject for each bird photographer. That is why we are like always talking about shutter speed, or okay, focus, how many focal length, like focus points and everything, right? So
Correct.
yeah, so it's about the gear, I know, but it's not always about that. But again, it's all about patience and what technique is good for your camera which you are using. So this I have all taken in mind, like D5600, which is a like not that like high level camera. So in this, okay, so basically for these two shots, right, I have got it in same time. Basically, in like same time means it in 1 hour session I got it, maybe half an hour, maybe, yeah. So I had seen it. This is a pedophile this last May month. So I had seen them one day back, that okay, they are roaming around this in this place. So I thought, okay, let me go there, and I will try to get some good shots. So I knew this, that they will be there, and I know that I have to keep my shutter speed around like around, in this I believe it was around 2500 or 3000. So it was, light was good. So I kept the shutter speed high, and I used back button autofocus. If I think many people use it, it quite like it helps in tracking birds whenever it is in flight. So in this case I got, yeah, I think ISO, I think I put auto ISO, and the shutter speed was high, so I got some good shots. So and in this also it was a barn swallow. So I forgot to tell about this bird. So this is a barn swallow, and this is a white-tailed swallow, and this is stick-throated swallow. So all swallow category, and and I believe everyone likes to take their in-flight shots. So I like, I feel lucky that I got this three in this, like in this year itself. Yeah. So now, as we know, this is a very famous bird for every bird photographer who take raptors more, the crested hawk eagle. So in this case, the flight shots becomes little easy because they don't fly like swallows. But what happened is, like, I was like in my 500 it was quite close. So I had to, like, when I saw that it is okay, it might fly, so I have to keep my, like, as you see, this is at the top also, right? I had to keep my focal length around 300 because I knew it is about to fly, and I didn't had time to go back and take flight shots. So I had to thought about that, and then I keep my focal length around 300 rather than 500. So I got this shot in my frame, like full frame. I got it. So basically, this is a full frame shot. There is no crop. Yeah. So that is what we have to consider whenever we are taking a very big or maybe raptor shots.
Mm.
Yeah, this is the shot everyone has seen in the poster which you have added. Also, I believe you like it.
Yeah.
So
Yes. Yes. Yes.
this is from last month itself when I was in my hometown. So Indian skimmer, as you know, this is endangered species. I think as per the count, the very less count, 6,000 to 12,000 as they call it. So to get it, and it was in my bucket list from so long. Thanks to one of my birding friend, with the help of him, I got to see this bird. And what happens is, like, in this action which is happening, so the skimmer is very big, like considering the river ton. So skimmer will be flying in its own speed, and you get many good shots and everything. But once this like river ton comes, and like it will go behind this, right? Then the speed, like, it will multiply by into two or into three. So that is where the this so first time when it happened, right, I couldn't get that kind of good shots. But this time I was ready, and I had kept my shutter speed high, and then I got two or three good shots, and I think this is one of my favorite shots from this year. So thankfully I got this, which has everything, I
Mm.
believe, like action, and then this frame, and water, sand, everything. So I like this, my
Yeah.
favorite.
Beautiful colors also. Like,
Yeah, it was in the morning, it was totally in the morning around
yeah.
6:30 or 7, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, so this is all about birds in flight, and this is some birds in action shot. So this was taken last year. It's small, like, this is a common subject, but with this action, right, with this catch, so it's always adds value. So we look for this hunting shot. So this was like one of my favorite from last year. But and this year winter, I was like, we were about to go to, like, we were about to enter this river, and this like brahminicate juvenile was hovering over the river. So I knew that it is going to do something, so I had to keep my shutter speed high. And accordingly, like, I also was, I think it was manual, so I had kept as per the light. But then, to my luck, it took this very big fish, and it flew in front of us, basically. So I had, like, I got some good shots, and then basically like, it this fish slipped away also after that. So I got that shot. I have not added with both the birds and fish in frame, but isolated. Yeah, so that is all about birds in action. So this is some bird in, like, with flowers, how flowers add values to birds. So it's a biowarbler, then this is a booted warbler, and then this is sunbird. So it's good that, like, whenever the flower and birds we see, even if the birds is not in that much, like, portrait or like near or very good place, but if flower is there, I think we should try to get some good composed shot. So in this, you see, there is nothing in this, and this biover, like, this juvenile. So but this flower itself added value, and some, like, this is evening light, so the sunset was happening. So it adds value, basically. So that is where, like, we should always think for what else can be added as a composition.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one of, like, this is all flycatchers, one of the most like famous subject for any bird photographer, you ask. So this is paradise flycatcher, I will talk about at the end. And this is blue throated blue flycatcher, and this is TK's blue flycatcher. Every time this two will be, everyone will be confused, which one is
Yeah.
this, like, which one is that, like. So this I recently got from in one of the lake in Bangalore. So it was quite lucky that I found it very near to my place. It was in my bucket list from so long. And this is like tiger flycatcher and the Asian brown flycatcher. Both are looks bit same, but again they are different. And this is one of my favorite ultramine. So this I got it at my native in this winter, again migratory. So One of my most favorite flycatcher, I can call it this due to this blue and white color. And this was like with a yellow leaf, everything was there in like on the ground, and I got this vibrant background. So my favorite sort of flycatcher till date it will be this, except Indian Paradise. So yeah, so now it's all about portrait shots. So when we talk about portrait shots, like, so I have many portrait shots. Like, I like it if you get more details of the birds, but I wanted to just give like whenever we are talking about portrait. So if it is a raptor, then it adds more values, right? So that is where I have kept this. So I always try for any raptor if I can get good portrait. So in this case, this is a crested serpent eagle, and then this is crested hawk eagle. So eagle always adds value. So basically the eyes, the yellow and black eyes, right? So that everything is for me is in that only, in the portrait of raptor. Yeah, there is shorebird. So I would say like they are very cute. You see this small plating call, I think is very cute bird, I can call it, like whatever I have seen till date, as per the face cutting and everything. Then this is like there's a plovers. You can yeah, this is a yellow ring plover, and then sorry, golden ring plover, and then this will be a yeah, like, so what more important about plovers are, like this is a Kentish plover, sorry. So what is more important about this is we should try to always take in a ground level shot, so that we can get this maybe a little bit down to the eye level, but we can also get in this. If you see in the middle one, we get this foreground. This was like stones were there, and I got quite good amount of foreground blur, which added more value to the like to this bird. And
Yeah.
it's like it's easy to get this kind of shot for like this shorebird. So that is why we should always try to take ground level shot. And yeah, whenever I talk about bird photography, I cannot miss spotted owlet, right? They are the most interesting bird I have come across. I have seen many birds, many owls, but spotted owlet are the ones where you can just watch them for hours and you will never get bored. They have
Yeah, that's
something
true.
new to do every time. Every time they will have something to do, and you will get photos. This is fine, like we get photos, we get many action shot, all these things are fine, but just sit there and watch them. And if they're in group, it is more interesting. I could say it like, okay, a comedy movie is going on and you just watch them. So this is both these photos from a same place in my native. So yeah. And now a bit of habitat shot, which we don't talk about that much, like at least in social media, because
Yeah.
the subject is not that much concentrated in this, and maybe all the background and whatever everything else we see at the like uh, in the background, right? So that is what adds the value. So in this case, you see this is a spot bill pelican which is flying. This was a bit far, but I thought, okay, I think I can take some good kind of like this green, and this the many trees inside it, so a bit of sky. So I think we should take habitat shot just to showcase that, okay, what habitat basically any bird lives in. So this is one of my favorite. And I should say like I think everyone, I say this, that if you are taking a habitat shot and if you want to frame it, this is the best thing to do. Habitat shots are best thing to frame
Yeah.
and keep it at your home, yeah, rather than portrait. I think habitats are better. Yeah, similarly in this also, this is red-napped ibis. This is inside a river in my native. So this is just like I could have taken at the eye level, but I wanted to go down so that I can get this blurry foreground of sand. So this is again the sand, like this is again a habitat shot where I can see, like you can see this blur out. I think black, sorry, little components. So which are
Wow.
there. Yeah, bit of green and a bit of then like this far distant background. Everything basically we only get in habitat shots. So I think we should always try to get habitat shots. Yeah, yeah. So this is as I was talking about at the beginning, right? So which this
Yeah.
is a place, Jamangli Black Buck Reserve, if you might have heard of. This is near to Bangalore. So this is a place which I recently, I think before 1 week, yeah. So this black book was looking at us. And why I like this, I have another shot where like I think I have already posted, where the sun is like it was like light was proper and everything, so that is there. But that I got totally portrait shot and with good background. But I like this shot basically more because it was not like but you see this is the light was this side and against the light, and then I got this good amount of habitat, and then it was the light was there, and like backlight backlit was a little bit backlit was there, and you see the stones are there right in the grass, so in the grassland, so that is what I think added more value to this picture, and I really
Mm.
like this picture. So I have started wildlife, so I need to go through all of your shots right in Instagram also to like to check and to know more about wildlife to get more good shots of wildlife along with birds.
Yeah.
So this is one of my favorite shot from this tour which I went to Germany. Yeah. So yeah. So last subject in my presentation, I think this bird is many bird photographers best like oh, sorry most favorite birds. I have talked to many people, they will say like okay, Indian paradise flycatcher is my favorite or second favorite. So this bird I have shot some shots from last year, but this year when I was going to my native, I had this my plan that I had to take this shot of flying Indian paradise flycatcher, and thankfully I got few shots, and this is one of my favorite where this refers Morph, and I can see the entire body in this. Basically you see the wings open, and then I see both the tails isolated. So basically I this is one of my favorite shot till date.
That's beautiful.
Irrespective of anything, any species, anything, this is one of my favorite. And this you see the sun rays are coming also, this is morning shot. So
Yeah.
and this splash of waters adding more value. So wow, like I could say one of my favorite. And just watching them right, just to, like they were sitting in a branch, okay, in a big tree, and they were coming and they were just diving into the water. So you just watch them, see them, like this is the very first and the white one. You just see sit and watch. Basically I can sit there about 1 hour 2 hour. So this is again the same friend which I was talking about, right, who showed me that brutal beetle,
Yeah.
and the same friend who took me to this place, which I am very thankful to him. And the next bird is my favorite. Yeah. So this is again Indian paradise flycatcher white morph. So what I like about this thing is I believe so, like for me it like it has some like burning something which I see like okay, the this picture is burning, which I say like for me it is like that. So that is why like this white thing is there, and the background is right like this brownish pinkish reddish background with the splash of waters. It just this is the favorite shot. I have not posted this yet, but this is my favorite shot from this summer. and and as you know, right, this Indian paradise flycatcher white morph means everyone's favorite. It is white
Yeah.
blue and white black, right, this vibrant colors, and again in with the background of this. So I really love this photo. I have some other shots also which I have not added, but I think they are the best Indian
You took
paradise
both the
flycatcher.
photos with 200, 500.
Yes, yes, yes. Both of them are 200, 500, and in few cases I have kept it like I think yeah, at most it's 500, or maybe some cases I took 450 or 400 just to get this like entire
Yeah.
bird. Right,
Yeah.
you see this very long. They are like
Correct.
still maybe like while they are in flight, right? They are not that much near. So in 500 it works. But if they are perched, right, you have to take portrait. We cannot take them in landscape because they don't fit into that. If they are near and they have, then you have to take the okay. You have to adjust to a camera, take the portrait shot, and then you can accordingly crop it or whatever you need. So
Yeah. In fact, one of our audience is asking, Nick, can we know the cameras and lens you use?
yeah, so right now, as I said, like I use D5600 and then this Nikon 200 500 mm. I have a kit lens 7300 which I started with, but I don't use it that much. Maybe sometime if I do landscape or anything, then not for bird photography anyway. So
Yeah.
18 there's 1815 which I use, but for bird photography it's 200 500 mm lens which I use, which is very famous as you know, and I like it. And like yeah,
Yeah.
no mood in upgrading this lens. Maybe I can upgrade the camera in recent, like I am planning to move to Jet series, Nikon Jet series, but not yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's it from my
Great.
slide. Yeah. Okay. So I have one story to left. Just to add why why I have added this frame at the end.
Yeah.
So this frame is like okay. So this is I think maybe in December month at my native. So while I was returning from one birding session, I saw
Yeah.
two birds sitting on these two branches. Okay, so this was at
Yeah.
sunset time. Like sun was at the same place, fortunately, and it was sitting there. Then I had packed my bags. This is not a birding place at all, so I was just going. Then I saw
Yeah.
this, so I till the time I like get my camera out from the bag, and I tried to take the shots, and they were not there. So I got only this shot without birds. I tried twice thrice after that, but I couldn't get that shot at all. So that's why I kept it like this. Okay, this is failed attempt, but we keep on trying.
Yeah. One day.
One day yeah, basically, yeah, this is like silhouette is always favorite, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it from me.
Great.
Yeah, so anything or any question or anything we need to discuss or
Yeah.
anything, or
First of all, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this awesome presentation. Beautifully done with a good number of pictures. Yeah,
yeah, I
we
have
have
added many, I guess.
we have some questions.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, Grace was telling Grace Marian. We
okay,
mostly get to see the female merganser more than the male in her
okay,
like place.
okay.
I think she's from I don't know. I think she's from Kolkata.
Oh, okay, okay, not Bengal maybe. I think we
Maybe.
Gozoldoba you see there, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But to our
Uh,
place, I have seen four or five male female both, like both in a couple. So
okay.
so
Okay.
that was the question or something else?
No, no, no. Yeah, she was
Oh, it's
just
just
commenting when you
okay,
showed
okay.
the
Yeah,
merganser
yeah, yeah,
picture.
yeah. Okay, okay.
So we have a question. What is the maximum time you had to wait or stood still for a perfect shot?
Oh, maximum time. Oh, it was like very much 2 hours, but no shots. This is very true. Like I waited for 2 hours for a Indian nightjar. Okay, this was a recent thing. I waited for 2 hours because the call was there. I saw it basically. I saw it, and I waited for that 2 hours. And people have taken some good shots there. So I waited there for 2 hours. It never came up. Then I had to go back. I had to return.
Happens
So
most of the time.
yeah, so this is a 2 hours which with a failed attempt, but with good like success. I have waited 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, yeah, whatever. Depends on the subject again. That is what, right? That is
Yeah,
what the most important part, right? Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Uh, any tips on shooting kingfishers?
Yeah, depends like what shot you want. Like if you want to flying shot, then you have to practice flying shot more. But if you want to get some good shots of any kingfisher like perched in a good branch, you have to find that place, wait for some time, and just stand still. If you can hide, then you should hide and you just wait. It will come, and you will get good action shot also if you are lucky enough that day, or like water or anything, any water land. If you are like if you are sitting there, you will get good shots. And also like talking about wetlands, it's bit easy to get like kingfisher good shots in wetlands portraits.
Okay. Next question, you have already answered in the initial starting time, but still you can answer one more time. What got you started in bird photography?
Yeah, so yeah, so yeah, as I said, as also Hermes mentioned, that this hidden hobby started thanks to lockdown. It's like it's not a good thing, but okay anyway. But so whenever we were there at home for first lockdown, 2 3, I think 2 months, yeah, almost 2 months. So that time I used to stay at my balcony and I used to observe birds. So like was quite fascinated by their behavior, whatever they do, because we didn't had to do anything on weekend. So that's the only thing
Yeah,
I was doing. But then again, it started as a hobby, and now we are here.
correct. What is the key thing that you suggest which someone should keep in mind starting bird photography?
Yeah, so you should get time to practice. You should get time to go out and take shots. That is what the most important. I have seen many people starting like they will be fascinated with bird photographs and everything. They will start, but then again after 1 month, 2 months, they will stop. That should not happen. Like that thing comes from inside, but if you really want to do it, you should be keep on trying it. You should always practice. You should go out on the field, take shots. That's the most important thing for anyone who is starting.
Yeah. Next question is, what's your favorite location for bird photography?
Location as in like place,
Yeah,
or like,
destination.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
place.
for me, I'll say my native Sonpur, Odisha, Subarnapur, Odisha. Anyone wants to visit, they can go in winter. I will say winter.
Yeah,
Very good place. You get more number of birds, but also like as I have not visited that much in Karnataka, but from Odisha perspective, I'll say still Mangalajodi is a very good place for migratory birds.
okay. And we have one last question. What inspires your photography?
Like many photographers like Hermes, Nisha, everyone, every day we see this good kind of shots, and every day like there are many like which we get inspired at. Everyone gets inspired from someone, right? So
Yeah,
we get to see this shots, right? Which I have taken, like same shot I have taken of a bird, and the next day I see a very beautiful, very like so, or maybe more portrait or with a different creative shots of the same bird, which we like, and then it keeps on inspiring. So why can't I take that kind of shot? So that is what is there, and it will always be there. I believe in this bird photography and wildlife photography there is no end. You always behind something. You're always
do
behind
you have
something.
any
And yeah, tell me.
do you have any dream frame in your mind, something that you wish to go
Yeah,
and
okay.
shoot?
Yeah, I haven't talked about dream bird, right? I have a dream bird.
Yeah.
Everyone says there is no dream bird, one or two. I have multiple, but I have one, and I say it very proudly. And I want to take the shot of Indian is like great hornbill. They are just so good. They are just so beautiful to look at. I have seen many videos, many photos. Like I have seen people taking in Western Ghats, right? So I am like
Yeah,
that is on my next plan. I have to go and I have to take shots of great hornbills.
yeah.
They
I
are
think
my
these
favorite,
days you,
and that is my
yeah, you
dream
will
frame.
find it in I think mostly in the uh, Tamil Nadu Kerala
Correct, correct,
border.
correct,
Yeah,
correct. Yeah, yeah. I have seen shots. People are like shooting them and then they're putting on Instagram and everywhere, right? So now I am not traveling just due to work, but I have to go and I have to take some shots of great hornbill. That is my
yeah,
dream frame with that, like any shots of any shots. But like if you talk about dream frame, then with this mountains canopy and this
yeah,
flying
yeah.
great hornbill, that is my dream frame. If you talk about
Correct.
that, yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully soon you will make this wish come
Yeah.
true.
Let's see, let's see.
So that's all the question we got today.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Thanks again. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, Abhijit.
Yeah.
It was a
Thank
very
you, Hamid.
beautiful session. Yeah. Hopefully we'll
Thank you so much. Yeah.
see you soon with some more images in future.
Yeah. I believe, and yeah, and mostly like let's say great hornbill in next two, three
Yes.
months.
Yeah.
And thanks for this opportunity. It was nice,
You're welcome.
very
You're
nice.
welcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. Okay. See
Thank you.
you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. So that was Abhijit. Very nice session again. I enjoyed. I hope you all have enjoyed as well. Now we have another photo talk coming on next Thursday. I'll be updating you. I think it is about macro again. So let's hope for another wonderful session. Till then, all of you take care and goodbye.